Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a new video, and today I have challenged myself once again to do something new. So, today, as you can tell in the title, we're going to go ahead and try our hands at Orica cards. Now, what's an Orica card? Well, boom, look at this. This is an Orica card. So, these are basically cards, in this case from Pokemon, that have been given new art, or in my case right now, because I'm kind of just experimenting around and having fun with it, it gives things a silver background. Now this is actually the first Orica card I ever made. It's not the last of it right now anyways, but I'm going to give you a quick base tutorial on kind of how to start an Orica card, because there's actually not a whole lot to it compared to what you'd imagine, and the results can be absolutely beautiful. So, without further ado, let's get started. And I just go ahead and mention quite a few things. So, first of all, do not destroy any good cards, obviously, in your collection. Do this all at your own risk, because I don't want to be held accountable for your collection being destroyed, whatever, yada yada, like. And most of all, have fun. And I would use damaged cards for these. Now, I'm going to go ahead and also say you will have to take out a cheap Holofoil card or reverse foil card. I'm going to be using reverse foils because I have a bunch of like duplicates of one of them, and so let's just begin. I'll give you the quick rundown on what you'll need. Hey guys, John from the future editing this video. Real quick, I'm going to give you the rundown of what you're going to need in this little cut, because unfortunately I had my mic turned off during recording the supply list for the most part. So let me just go ahead and show you. You will need packing tape. It has to be, well, it doesn't have to be packing tape. I'd suggest it's packing tape though, because it's the clearest tape that is really strong. You don't want to use Scotch tape that's too foggy. And this will give you crystal clear. Like I say, just look at this. It still looks like a card, and it looks like a very beautiful card still. So that's why you want to get something completely clear. Packing tape's your answer. You want to get yourself some scissors. I got two different kinds because I'm doing a couple different kinds of cuts today, and both of these will come in handy. You don't need to have pink polka dot scissors before anyone asks. Alright, so that's that. I probably shouldn't have thrown those. That wasn't a good idea. You need a X-Acto knife. I'm using a normal one. This looks like a crappy knife, but it's very sharp. It's very sharp. Don't play with knives. Be careful with them, kids. And of course, we're also going to need some glue sticks. Don't get into this unless you want to have a lot harder time doing it. But I had to use this because this was all I had at the time of making this video, and it's what I've used for every Orica that I've made so far. So I just thought I'd show you my way of doing it. Back to the video. You will need a reverse foil card. In this case, I'm using a Delinquent, because literally Delinquent is a card I have like a ton of, and I won't get into why. I'm just very annoyed about it. You will need a card that has been either super, like, these are all cards that have, like, if you can't really see it in the video, but this one's a really good example where it's been creased, and this is kind of a stack of cards that just haven't really they came to me bad, you know? Ooh. Do I want to do a Diglett? I kind of want to do a Diglett later, but that's going to take me a lot more time than I have. This is actually the exact potion card that I used to make my first Orica. So you can kind of see the difference right here. But that's not really important right now. Anyways, let's quickly just search yada 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 yada. Oh, hello. It's really rough shape, but it looks pretty good. And this is going to be our Orica because it's going to be a really easy shape for me to cut out quickly, and it'll make the video pretty easy to make and follow along with. So we're going to make a holographic Misty Staryu. Okay, so first thing we want to do is we want to quickly... I do look stupid right now, but the camera is literally right here, so you're going to need a cloth, a junk cloth if you can find one. Then you're just going to want to... I'm trying to make sure you guys can see. Just ignore my face right now and just kind of watch the top here. You want to just start rubbing. And with any luck, you'll start to notice that the card is getting streaked a bit. So, let me quickly speed this up so that way you guys can see that everything is way too bright here for you guys to see what's going on. So, there we go. Now there's slightly lower lighting. There's not a whole lot I can do about that. So, I'm going to go ahead and just do a quick scrub and show you guys the results. Oh, real quick, I also forgot to mention, this does take a little bit of pressure. You don't want to use too much of this, though, or obviously, I mean, it's still a cardboard card. You're going to mess it up. So, also, again, apply generally good pressure. I'd also suggest you'd have a solid surface like I do, because then you can basically scrub as hard as you want. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, holy crap. That took a lot of time, but as you can see, the Delinquent has been turned into a great card. Now, if you'll look really closely, you'll see that the card is very, very undamaged. That is because the foil layer is just a lot more, it's not exactly paper. And nail polish remover it can't be just like, again, I'll show you. What you want to do is you kind of just want to hold it on top of the bottle, then kind of give it a shake or a quick dot. You don't want to like drench the card in it. Let me go turn on the light real quick, and then we'll get back to the video, and I'm going to show you how to prep the cards. So our subject is right there. And yeah, I do need both my hands for this, so sorry I still can't really, there's not really a whole lot I can do to fix it. So, what you want to do is, with this, we're going to try to just keep Staryu only in this case. You can go as elaborate as you can. An X-Acto knife, again, I pressure you. If you can get yourself an X-Acto knife, they're very, very easy to find, but really good. You want to start using it or your super dangerous knife that you have, and I cannot keep concentrated, to basically cut out. You'll have to apply some pretty good pressure. Now, I have a very good desk that can kind of sustain these kind of things. So the pressure will actually not be enough to hurt my desk. But don't do this on a wood surface or any other kind of surface that can be damaged. So, again, at your own risk, be smart. So let me go and cut this out real quick, because, again, this is very difficult. This is the part of the video where I'll keep the camera on, but I'm not going to be able to commentate or anything like that because I really got to concentrate or I will mess this up. Alright, so now that we have him all cut out, I've also decided to grab a basic water energy and I'm going to put it in the background, which is going to be a pretty nice looking card. You'll see what I'm doing with that here in just a minute. We're going to go ahead and take this. It's actually kind of cool. It's sad that this card was damaged because I really like Misty's Staryu. It's a pretty cool card. It really brings me back to my childhood. Now, we take our girly scissors, or your manly scissors if you have them, unlike me, and you just kind of want to cut as nicely as you can. Try your best to get everything you want in one piece if you can help it, or if you have a few different damaged cards that you kind of want to turn into one nicer card, it's cool to do that too. It's kind of just, there's no way to do it wrong, obviously, is what I'm trying to say. Now I've done something stupid. Hold on. It's something that you want to make sure to do is just kind of be careful not to fray the edges like I just did, or else you have a problem. Okay. Doing an art tutorial kind of makes me feel like Bob Ross. Now we just cut out this happy little Staryu, and that'll just be our little secret. I might need to get that with my knife. For anything smaller or more precise, get the knife. Because you don't want to deal with it without the knife. Trust me. What's really kind of giving me fits is the edge of Staryu itself is not exactly a perfect star. He's kind of got these little, like, nubs everywhere, so it's actually kind of making it hard. I don't want to mess up those nubs, because that's part of the Pokemon. But it's actually surprisingly hard to cut them out. I'm very hesitant about doing it. Oh, that just now got me in the face. Thank you. Oh, charitable piece of crap cardboard. This is such a delicate process. Take your time on this. It will serve you a lot better if you take your time. Okay, so I ended up cutting out a lot of stuff because, my gosh, this took me forever to get, but we've got our Staryu now. I will warn you about something. Be very careful when you're cutting out small shapes out of the cards, and most of all, take your time. Go as nice as you can, try not to fray the edges, because these kind of things are very hard to kind of do. And the longer you take your time, the more likely it is that you'll get a good result. And that's what we want here. We want a good result. I'm going to clean up this card using my knife over here. I'm going to cut out the entirety of this circle, because I cut circles very slow. I'm not good at it. Then I'll be back. Alright, so we have got our Orica supplies all ready to begin the creation process. Now, I've got the foil right here. I'm going to put it kind of front and center. Now, what I would suggest you do is you kind of want to start with your card frame, like this, and you just kind of want to lay it rough. Then you kind of want to just gently lay your things in whatever you like or whatever you want to do, you know, just kind of do this until you get kind of an idea of what you want. As for me, I'm going to cut this little water energy symbol off right here to make the frame like adhere to it. So let me quickly grab my knife and I'm going to mark where I need to do that. Then I'm going to quickly cut that out. Alright, so we've got that done. Now my little item is kind of a lot more correct. Now, this is the point where things get a little bit tedious and a little hard. You don't want to get any of this glue on the front. This is why I would use a glue stick if I were you, but I just do not have glue sticks, so I'm using this as an alternate, I'm going to be honest. I've used it for the first few cards, but I'm not going to be continuing using this because spray adhesive is a little wild and it's kind of hard to control. It's more for just kind of not this. Let's put it that way. So, what you want to do is just kind of give it a spray. And then I'm just going to quickly spread it around like so. Make sure not to get any on the other side. As hard as it sounds like it would be to get that happening, it would happen. Do not laugh. It's actually something that happened to me on my second card, and it was thrown out because it was just so awful. So now on the side, I've got my foil, and I'm just going to lay this on there as nice, and this is where you want to really make sure it's completely, undoubtedly straight, because you can't mess this up or else you can't go back from this. So let me just quickly make sure I've absolutely got this, because I cannot fix this after. Oh, I've got glue on my desk. I can fix it later. You can now see glue stains. Yay, that's totally glue, not anything else. Just kidding. Okay, now, moving on. We have got the blank Misty Staryu. So now it's starting to take shape. You can kind of see what I'm doing now and where this is headed. Now, one thing that may seem obvious to you is that you'll want to get your background elements first. That's why I'm going with the next thing being the Pokeball, because obviously I don't want to have the Pokeball obscuring my Staryu. It's obviously got to be the other way around, or else this whole entire thing wouldn't really work the way it's supposed to. There we go. Just like with the card frame, this is a little less hard. The card frame is the hardest part of the lineup and all that. I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to pop my background elements on, which in this case I only have one because I'm doing a basic card. So now we have a holographic water energy card. That's awesome. It's actually starting to look really, really good. I can't wait to see the final product, which is about to happen. So let me just quickly line up my Staryu, put him on. All right, look at that. Looking amazing now. All right, this is going exactly how I want it to. All right, so the good news is we are in the final stretch, and in fact, this is the easiest part of the entire thing. You want to take your card, and you want to make sure you get as little fingerprints as possible on the tape. And you want to place it face down like this. Then you want to take your scissors, just like this, which I forgot to have up on the desk. Ignore my stupidity. And you don't want to mess up this cut, by the way, or else you're going to have some problems with your tape being mean to you. So now, you've obviously got the card underneath a layer of tape. Now, you can just cut it. I prefer using this because it will give you a cleaner look. And you just want to cut around the card so that way you get your back nice and even. Alright, so once you are done cutting the tape off, you can finally enjoy your Orica card. Now this took me a long time to explain, I know, I'm sorry about that. I wanted to make sure this guide was very precise. I tried to be as helpful as I can, but remember that there's no wrong way to do this. Now the cool thing about these Orica cards is that, as well as that, you don't just have to use damaged Pokemon cards. You can obviously draw your own designs to be sticking on here, or you can print things off, so you can do anything you want with this. I just happen to like the look of these cards, and I have a lot of damaged stuff and crappy, like, scratched holos and all that, you know, things that aren't really that great, so I like it, you know, I turned it into something beautiful, and I think I'm really happy with this. This is, like, my favorite automatically that I've done so far. Like, I've only done about 4 now, but I think this is the one that really, this is my favorite. I love the look of it. It's simple, yet it's kind of sweet. Alright, if you guys want to check out more Orica cards in the future, I might make an update video where I show you all of them that I make, and other than that, I've been John, and I'll see you next time. Peace!